ज्योति स्टेनो टाइपिंग कॉलेज में आप सभी का स्वागत है बच्चों। ये 100 WPM डिक्टेशन क्लास है, ये प्रैक्टिस क्लास है। इस डिक्टेशन को जैसे आप लिखते हो और आपकी सॉफ्टवेयर के अंदर एक्यूरेसी जो है 80% आती है, तो ये मान के चलिए आपका जो है SSC के अंदर या किसी भी डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर सिलेक्शन होना सुनिश्चित है। यानी कि जो वेबसाइट पर जो सॉफ्टवेयर है अगर वो 80 या उससे प्लस में आपकी एक्यूरेसी दिखाता है तो ये मान लीजिए भी आप जो है बिल्कुल बहुत बढ़िया शॉर्ट हैंड लिख रहे हो और पढ़ रहे हो, टाइप कर रहे हो। ठीक है, तो मैं पढ़ने जा रहा हूँ। डिक्टेशन नंबर 38 न्यू डिक्टेशन है, ये काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट डिक्टेशन है। इससे रिलेटेड डिक्टेशंस आने के चांसेस हैं, 99.9% चांसेस है इस तरह की डिक्टेशन आएगी। डिक्टेशन स्टार्ट आफ्टर 5 सेकेंड। सर, द NEET is based on the CBSE syllabus. The CBSE syllabus is not studied by the poor students of Tamil Nadu. They are all studying in Tamil medium. These poor students are studying in the state syllabus. How can the central government enforce the CBSE syllabus, which is not taught universally in Tamil Nadu? How can it be the basis of conducting NEET in Tamil Nadu? This is against the principle of natural justice. It is arbitrary. You are spoiling the future of rural students, poor students. Kindly think over it. Please don't make it a prestige issue. The Supreme Court, in the recent order giving directions to hold the NEET, has stated, it may, however, be clarified that by this order, hearing of petitions which are pending before this court will not be affected. The other petitions pending before the Supreme Court for judicial adjudication will continue, and by this move you are frustrating the judicial adjudication. Judicial review is one of the basic features of the Constitution. When the matter is pending for judicial adjudication before the competent court of law, the Supreme Court, why should you bring in this amendment? You are taking away the right of judicial review because of these two bills. My earnest, sincere and humble request to the central government is not to press for these two amendment bills. Don't enforce NEET as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. Tamil Nadu is having a valid and fair procedure for admissions. Without any arbitration, a student can study in a medical college. There is no capitation fee. It is true that some private institutions are committing some mistakes for which there could be remedial steps. Don't penalize the poor rural students of Tamil Nadu. Now, our Honorable Chief Minister stressed this point in the 11th meeting of the Centre State Council held on 16th July 2016. Therefore, the subject of education must be removed from the concurrent list as early as possible, and it must be placed in the state list. For the time being, I humbly and earnestly request the central government not to enforce NEET as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. Sir, I was elected as a member of this house 1 year and 4 months ago. In the last 16 months, I have put supplementary questions and also raised in 0-hour submissions, special mention, etc. But today, sir, is a special day as I am making my maiden speech. I am happy I am making my maiden speech at this time, and I want to dedicate my maiden speech to the historic victory of Mati Manush in Bengal exactly 2 months ago. Sir, India has unparalleled forest diversity and resources. Our forests continue to be an integral part of the livelihoods of many communities in the country. Now, I want to raise some points on the Indian Medical Council Amendment Bill 2016 and the Dentists Amendment Bill 2016. Healthcare in India is abysmal state. The center's share of total public expenditure on health has fallen over the last 2 years, and India spends less of its GDP on health than some of the world's poorest countries. Only 1.6% of the budget is allocated for the medical sector. The working group on tertiary care institutions for the 12th five-year plans says nearly 1 million Indians die every year due to inadequate health care facilities. 700 million people have no access to specialist care, and 80% of specialists are working in urban areas. The Indian Medical Association estimates that 45% of the Indian medical practitioners, that is 70 lakh doctors, are unqualified and lacking in formal training. Another key reason for poor health of Indians is the high proportion of out-of-pocket expenditure on health because of low insurance coverage and weak public health systems, which forces even poor people to visit private medical practitioners and drives up average health costs. High healthcare costs often lead people to delay treatment, aggravating health problems. Now, coming to the introduction of the bill, the Indian Medical Council Amendment Bill 2016 and the Dentists Amendment Bill 2016 provide a constitutional status to the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test Examination. Honorable Minister of Health said that there were three main objectives behind the move to end multiplicity of examinations, have fair and transparent examinations, and adopt no exploitative process. Now, I would like to point out some problems with the implementation of the same. As far as healthcare infrastructure is concerned, the basic medical infrastructure is woefully unequipped in our country to support the population. As per the World Health Organization's report, in the ratio between patient and doctor, India is lagging far behind the developed countries. This needs to be addressed first and foremost before looking at other areas of reform. Secondly, all states do not conduct their 10+2 examinations at the same time. So, the examination will have to be held at such a time when 10+2 examinations are overall across the country, and the students can get about 2 or 3 months to prepare. Cooperative federalism demands extensive interaction between the center and states so that all issues can be discussed at length. Third is the regional language issue. Only 18% of the students in this country are getting the opportunity of studying in English, and the rest are studying in their mother tongue or in their regional languages. So the medium of examination should include all the Indian regional languages given in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Coming to syllabus disparity, sir, in many parts of the country, schools do not follow the same syllabus as all CBSE schools do. Thus, this would create a disparity among the students appearing for national examinations. Sir, talking about the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act Amendment Bill 2015, I would like to say that a private member's bill is the right of every member. I can introduce it only in Rajya Sabha as I cannot go and introduce it in the Lok Sabha. Where is the bar in introducing money bills as private members' bills? Sir, no legislation is required for granting the special category status. If the government had agreed to grant the special category status to Andhra Pradesh, then the question of amendment to the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act would not have arisen. The NDA government is unnecessarily complicating the issue of granting special category status. This is as per Rule 25 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Rajya Sabha on private members' bills. A private member may also move a legislative proposal or a bill which he deems fit to there in the statute book. He may give notice on this bill along with a text of the bill to be drafted by him, as the Secretariat may render only technical advice if so desired. In drafting a bill by a private member, there are certain procedural requirements on all legislative proposals, whether government or private, since in respect of private members' bills. Members may not have access to expert advice, and there are certain procedures regulating the consideration of private members' bills. Sir, in a private member's bill, in the contents of the bill is that it should be within the legislative competence of Parliament. In other words, the subject of the bill should relate to the subjects included in the union or concurrent list contained in the 7th schedule to the Constitution of India. Secondly, notices of bills are required to be accompanied by copies of the text of the bill together with a statement of objects and reasons duly signed by the member giving notice. Sir, the third point is the most important. In addition to the statement of objections and reasons, a bill involving expenditure from the Consolidated Fund of India must also be accompanied by a financial memorandum inviting particular attention to the clauses involving expenditure and also giving an estimate of recurring and non-recurring expenditures likely to be involved in case the bill is passed into a law. The next point is that a bill involving proposals for the delegation of legislative power to any executive authority should be accompanied by a memorandum explaining such proposals and drawing attention to their scope and stating also whether they are of a normal or exceptional character. Another point is that a bill seeking to amend original sections of a principal act should be accompanied in the form of an annexure by an extract of all those sections of the principal act of which the amendment is sought. If the bill is one which under the Constitution cannot be introduced, that is Articles 3 and 274 of the Constitution without the previous sanction or recommendation of the President, the member in charge of the bill should annex to the notice a copy of such sanction of recommendation as the notice is not valid until this requirement is complied with. In case of such bills, members in charge should obtain the recommendation of the President beforehand in order to enable them to proceed further with the bill. For this purpose, a member sends his request to the Secretariat for obtaining recommendation of the President. The request of the member is forwarded to the ministry concerned. The ministry recommending or withholding consideration of the bill then obtains the orders of the President and communicates the same to the Secretariat. On receiving intimation regarding President's order through the ministry, it is communicated to the member and published in the bulletin by the Secretariat. Sir, a private member's bill cannot become a money bill unit. It is passed in Rajya Sabha and adopted by the government. Article 117 of the Constitution does not apply to a private member's bill. It is applicable only to official bills. The present amendment bill proposed by me has crossed all the preliminary requirements of the scrutiny by the Rajya Sabha Secretariat, got the approval of President, introduced in the House and discussed. Even the reply was given by the Honorable Minister, but the House adjourned at the time of voting due to lack of quorum. Hence, the right to reply by the member and the voting on the bill is only pending in the House at this stage. Sir, denying the right of the member is the basic violation of the privilege of the member. Sir, two private members' bills passed earlier by Rajya Sabha had financial requirements. These bills also, in one way or the other, required government's financial assistance. Sir, in this regard, I would like to state that my bill was submitted for President's sanction with the required memoranda, the statements of objects and reasons, and the financial memorandum. Sir, in the financial memorandum, clause 2 of the bill provides for the special category status for the state of Andhra Pradesh. The bill is enacted will involve expenditure from the Consolidated Fund of India. It is not possible to quantify the expenditure at this juncture. However, it is estimated that a sum of rupees 50,000 crores may be involved as a recurring expenditure per annum. Sir, in this non-recurring expenditure to the tune of rupees 1 lakh crores may also be involved for creating assets. Sir, there is no secret in this bill. This was sent to the Rajya Sabha Secretariat more than a year back, and it also got the President's assent more than a year back. Sir, it was listed in the last session of Rajya Sabha. It was repeatedly discussed in this House. Most of the aspects that I have mentioned in the bill, re-expenditures coming out of the consolidated fund, which will have to be appropriated. Now, this appropriation can also be done by the upper house. वर्ड बताता हूँ कितने ही 1961 वर्ड आई हैं। डिवाइड बाई 18.5 106 की स्पीड थी और जो है वेबसाइट को इसको लगा दिया गया है। वहाँ पर मैंने इसको टाइप करने के लिए आपको टाइम दिया है 65 मिनट का, तो 65 मिनट में आप इसको टाइप कर सकते हैं। इस क्लास के अंदर इतना ही होते हैं। नमस्कार बच्चों।